Have you ever wondered how those who lose in the market actually become winners? In trading, it's not just about skills, but the psychological strength to endure defeat that truly makes a champion. It's not just about skills, but the psychological strength to endure defeat that truly makes a champion. Let's get started. Chapter 1, Part 1. Embracing defeat. Have you ever considered that losing can be part of winning? This might sound strange, but in reality, those who repeatedly lose are often the ones who later become true champions of success. The courage to rise after defeat, a hunger for learning, and a passion for self-improvement, these are the qualities that turn a loser into a true winner. It's crucial to understand this, especially today when everyone dreams of rapid success. The path to success isn't easy, especially when you're in fields like marketing, business, or trading, where competition is incredibly tough. But this is where losing becomes an art. Just like the great cricketer Sachin Tendulkar faced many failures, he never let defeat overwhelm him. He learned something new from every loss, corrected every mistake, and made himself better. This mindset and approach can take you from anywhere to anywhere. Let's talk about the meaning of defeat and consider it from a marketing perspective. The fundamental principle of marketing is understanding your customer, identifying their pain points, and offering solutions. But initially, your message might not get through effectively, or customers might not grasp what you're saying. This is where you feel defeat, but this very defeat is the lesson that gives you the opportunity to refine your marketing message. In marketing, losing means changing your strategy, understanding your customer's language, and finding new ways to reach the right target audience. In this process, those who endure and learn will ultimately survive in the market and improve. First and foremost, you need to change your mindset to see losing not as an end, but as a new opportunity. In marketing or any business field, you must accept defeat and failure as an experience rather than a personal failure. Many people are afraid of their first defeat. They think, I put in so much effort, why didn't it work? But the real question is, did you learn anything from your mistake? Did you improve your strategy? If the answer is no, then defeat is just a waste of time. But if you learned, then defeat has moved you one step forward. In a market like India, these things become even more important because customer attitudes, mindsets, and purchasing patterns are incredibly diverse. Your marketing strategy needs to change according to every state, every language, and every culture. In such a scenario, making mistakes is natural. Losing is inevitable, but those who succeed will be the ones who learn from these losses and perfect their marketing game. Let's understand some practical steps that can turn your defeat into victory. First, review every marketing effort. What did you do right? What went wrong? Why didn't the customer respond to your message? Find the answers to these questions. Second, get feedback from your customers. Understand their experiences and fix any shortcomings you find. Third, try new approaches. If the old ways aren't working, experiment with new ones. Fourth, be patient. Defeat doesn't happen instantly, and neither does success. Both come gradually. Fifth, keep learning constantly. The marketing field is constantly changing. Those who stay updated move forward. By adopting these simple but effective tips, you can turn your marketing defeats into success. Understanding defeat, analyzing it, and learning from it are the core principles of effective tips for analysis. This principle will help you advance not only in marketing, but in every area of life. Chapter 1, Part 2. Learning from defeat. When we talk about defeat, often only negativity comes to mind. But the truth is, defeat is a teacher that gives you the greatest lessons without any punishment. It shows you what your weaknesses are, where you made mistakes, and what direction improvement can take. In marketing and business, we should view defeat as real-time feedback for you. When your plan doesn't work, that's when you have the courage to self-evaluate. Sometimes we don't correct our mistakes, and for that reason, we keep repeating the same mistakes. Instead of being afraid of defeat, improve from it and ask, what did I do wrong? How can I fix it? It's crucial to understand that defeat in marketing doesn't mean your product is bad or you don't have good service. Defeat means there's a flaw in your reach, your communication, or your targeting. It's your job to fix it. When you lose, feelings of disappointment and failure often arise. These emotions are completely normal, but this is the moment when your patience, your determination, and your self-confidence become the keys to your success. You might think that accepting defeat isn't easy. But remember, those who fear defeat can never achieve true success. To lose, to fall, then to rise again, that's the rule of life. The same applies in marketing. Your first, second, or third strategy might fail. But as long as you don't give up and you keep learning, victory is certain. You might not be recognizing a good loss, or your message isn't as impactful. In such cases, take defeat as a warning, not as a loss. Learning from defeat also means continuously improving your strategy. For the game of marketing, make a friend for yourself who improves you, guides you, and brings out your hidden strength. This mindset will give you the strength to rise again after every defeat. Many successful people in the field of marketing have acknowledged that their biggest lessons came from their biggest defeats. Those who succeeded never let defeat become their weakness, but rather their strength. Let's take an example. The passion within you is your true strength. Whenever you feel weak after a defeat, remember the passion that made you start. It's important to change the perception that defeat in marketing is failure. Defeat is just a process where you're improving and getting better. In this chapter, we learned how to cope after defeat, how to motivate yourself, and what to keep in mind to move forward. Chapter 2, Part 2. Re-strategizing after defeat. Now that we've understood how to cope after defeat and how crucial it is to be mentally prepared to move forward, the next most important thing is re-strategizing. The secret to success in marketing lies within your plan. If you work deeply on your plan after a defeat, you can quickly get back on the path to success. First, it's essential to identify what went wrong with your previous plan. Did you truly understand your target audience? Was your product or service delivering the right message for them? Were your marketing channels effective, or do you need to find new ones? You'll need to find the answers to these questions. The fundamental goal of every marketing plan is to solve customer problems and provide value. If this aspect was weak in your strategy, your plan won't succeed. When reviewing your plan after a defeat, focus on how you're understanding your customers' pain points and how you're presenting your solution. Additionally, you'll need to analyze your competition. There will be many other players like you in the market. What are they doing? What are their strengths and weaknesses? How are you different or better than them? Finding the answers to these questions can make your strategy even more effective. After a defeat, accurately assessing your marketing budget and resources is also crucial. You might have spent too much without seeing proper results. Now you need to balance your expenses and invest smartly. Also, adopting new digital marketing methods can strengthen your plan. Using tools like social media, email marketing, and content marketing effectively can help you reach the right people with your product. After a defeat, pay special attention to testing and analytics. It's essential to measure the results of every marketing effort. This helps you determine which strategies are working and which aren't. After measuring, refine your methods. Creativity and innovation play a very important role in any marketing testing plan. Abandon old methods and embrace new ideas. Your customers are looking for new and unique experiences, so try to do something new in your marketing. After a defeat, talk openly with your team. Their ideas and suggestions can improve your plan. Working together will make your marketing efforts more effective. Maintaining motivation is also necessary. After a defeat, the mind often becomes disheartened. But work with a positive mindset. Remember that every big business and marketing has been re-strategized. Your communication style, words, and presentation should be impactful for the customer. It's important to speak in the right language and tone. Also, pay attention to customer feedback. They are your greatest help. Communicate directly with them, understand their problems and suggestions. This will help you improve both your product and your marketing. After a defeat, be patient. Marketing is a long process, and success doesn't happen at every step. Keep striving consistently. Keep your marketing tools updated. It's important to keep up with new technologies and platforms to stay connected with your customers. Learning from defeat and moving forward is the sign of a true winner. In the world of marketing, those who embrace this learning cycle are the ones who win. This is how you can turn your defeat into victory. Chapter 3, Part 1. The Power of Mindset. Did you know that after facing defeat, the biggest weapon you have is your own mindset? In the world of marketing and business, mindset is just as important for success as your plan or strategy. Maintaining the right mindset after a defeat will help you move forward and achieve better results. When we lose, our minds often fill with negative thoughts. "I'm a failure, I can't do it," or "my hard work was useless," are thoughts that repeatedly come to mind. This thinking becomes a major blockage for you, stopping your progress. Therefore, first, we need to learn to understand and control our thoughts. Mindset means your way of thinking. If your mindset remains positive after a defeat, you can turn every challenge into an opportunity. This is why successful people consider defeat a part of their lives, learn from it, and then move forward with new energy. One important thing is not to take defeat personally. In marketing, defeat doesn't mean you're a complete failure. It's just a sign that you need to change your plan or approach. So, instead of blaming yourself or feeling guilty, make defeat a learning experience. To make your mindset positive after a defeat, first tell yourself, "I am learning, I am going to get better, and I can correct my mistake." This positive affirmation reorients your mind. To motivate yourself, create small goals. When you achieve small goals, your confidence grows, and you gain the courage to face bigger challenges. In this way, you can gradually fulfill your bigger dreams. To maintain your mindset after a defeat, you should also adopt some specific habits. Start your day with positive thinking every morning, meditate, practice pranayama, or adopt any method that keeps your mind calm and focused. The thoughts and habits of successful people also help in building a mindset. They constantly motivate themselves, learn new things, and consider failures as steps to success. You should also develop such habits. To maintain your mindset after a defeat, surround yourself with positive people. Negative thinkers can drag you down, so always stay with people who support and encourage you. Sometimes you might feel lonely after a defeat, but remember that every successful person has also experienced such phases. Learn from their experiences and understand that this too shall pass. Your mindset should be strong enough to recognize the power within you. This power will not only help you overcome defeat, but also take you to new heights. Maintaining a positive mindset after a defeat also improves your marketing strategy. When you believe in yourself, you can communicate better with customers, which increases your sales and brand value. In this chapter, we learned why the right mindset is important after a defeat and what to do to maintain it. Chapter 3, Part 2. Practical Steps for a Strong Mindset. Now that we've understood the importance of the right mindset after a defeat, let's talk about the practical steps that will help you keep your mindset strong and stable. The first step is to remind yourself of your goals and vision. Whenever you face defeat, remember your dreams and think about why you started all this. This will give you energy and motivation, which will prevent you from falling. The second important step is to analyze your failures. Fearlessly understand the reasons for your defeat. Was there a flaw in the marketing strategy? Did you not properly understand customer needs? Or was there a mistake in time management? In reality, learning from defeat is your true victory. The third step is to keep learning continuously. The world of marketing and business is always changing. Those who keep learning new information are the ones who move forward. After a defeat, keep yourself updated, learn new tools and techniques, and apply them to your work. The fourth and very important step is to create a positive routine. Start your day with a positive mantra or meditation every day. These habits are very effective in guiding your thoughts in the right direction. When your mind is calm and focused, complete your tasks and praise yourself. This maintains your self-motivation and motivates you to move forward. The sixth step is networking and mentorship. Surround yourself with people who support you, guide you, and help you grow. A mentor can identify your weaknesses and show you the right path. The seventh step is to learn to control your emotions. After a defeat, people often become emotionally broken. But successful people know how important it is to control emotions. Don't let anger, frustration, or fear get in the way of your success. The eighth step is to stay focused. In marketing, many things can distract you. Therefore, focus on your main goal and keep yourself away from unnecessary things. The ninth step is time management. After a defeat, plan your daily routine properly. Use your time effectively so that you can become more productive. Value time because it is the most precious resource. The 10th and final step is to take defeat positively. Make it a part of your story, but not your identity. Defeat is a chapter in your story, not the whole book. Accept it, learn from it, and move forward. When you adopt all these steps, your mindset becomes so strong that no defeat can stop you. This becomes your biggest weapon, which gives you the strength to rise again and again after falling. In the world of marketing, mindset is what sets you apart from the crowd. When you have self-belief even after defeat, you can also instill confidence in your customers. This increases both your brand value and sales. Throughout this entire process, the most important thing is not to view defeat as an end, but as a new beginning. After every defeat, victory will be yours, provided you keep your mindset right. In this section, we learned what practical steps are necessary to keep your mindset strong after a defeat. Chapter 4, Part 1. Embracing Defeat for Growth. Do you know that accepting defeat can become your strength? This sounds easier than it is. Many people see defeat as a weakness, but in reality, it's the very step that leads you to true victory. First, it's crucial to understand that accepting defeat means being honest with yourself. When you acknowledge that you've made mistakes, only then can you work towards correcting them. This process generates new energy and courage within you. Accepting defeat doesn't mean you've given up or are afraid to move forward. It means you want to identify your weaknesses and overcome them. This very mindset makes you a better marketer and a better person. In the marketing world, people often try to hide their mistakes. But those who openly accept defeat are more successful. This is because they learn from their mistakes and avoid repeating them. After accepting defeat, the next step is to reboot yourself. In a way, it's about giving yourself a new life. When you let go of your old ways and mistakes, you can move on to new and better paths. In this reboot process, clearing your mind is crucial. Stop constantly worrying about past defeats. Instead, focus on your future and look for new opportunities. Additionally, change your daily routine. Set new rules, set new targets, and motivate yourself in new ways. This change brings new hopes and energy to your mind. Understand your emotions and then take action. In marketing, all these things are especially important because customer and market demands are constantly changing. If you work with an old perspective, you will fall behind. Accepting defeat also means you forgive yourself. Love yourself and understand that mistakes are part of being human. This will boost your self-confidence and enable you to make better decisions. When you accept defeat and reboot yourself, a sea of new creativity and innovation opens up within you. You start thinking of new ideas that take your business to new heights. The next thing to understand is how to prepare yourself after a defeat. This preparation isn't just mental, it's also physically and emotionally necessary. Good health, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep will make you strong. To be emotionally prepared, practice meditation, yoga, or any relaxation technique. This will keep your mind calm and help you make better decisions. Another special thing is that when you accept defeat, you can create better marketing strategies because you know what your weaknesses are and how to fix them. Ultimately, embracing defeat guides you in a new direction, making your business strong and sustainable. This process, as challenging as it is equally rewarding. True victory only comes when we learn from defeat and improve ourselves. Failure isn't an end, but a path that shows us a new direction. This mindset brings you sustainable success in marketing or any business. In the world of marketing, there are many times when our strategies fail, but those who handle defeat wisely adopt new methods and move towards success. It's crucial to understand that you shouldn't lose heart because of failure. Instead, you should work even harder. Every defeat acts like a guide for you. When you identify your mistakes, you make a plan to correct them. For example, if your marketing campaign didn't deliver the expected results, you need to see where the mistake was. Was the target audience wrong, or was the messaging ineffective? Knowing and accepting your shortcomings is the first step toward improvement. After that, you need to take action, create new strategies, conduct better research, and keep yourself updated. The market is constantly changing, and only those who keep up with it win. After a defeat, it's also very important to keep yourself motivated. When you get depressed thinking about past mistakes, you can't move forward. So keep your mindset positive. Celebrate your small successes and aim to learn something new every day. To maintain motivation, set small goals, like learning a new marketing technique in a week or improving your website's content. Small goals give you continuous inspiration to move forward. Accepting defeat also means you don't hesitate to ask others for help. Many times we think we should solve our problems ourselves, but in reality, seeking the right advice can help us avoid mistakes. Learning from marketing experts, participating in workshops, and following industry trends can be the key to your victory. When you learn from others, your perspective changes. You adopt new ideas and make your marketing strategy smarter. It helps you build better connections with customers. Another important point is to be patient with yourself. Not everyone succeeds immediately. Getting up after a defeat and trying continuously is the real path to success. With patience and continuous hard work, you should adopt the same process in marketing. Analyze data, evaluate results, and refine your strategies. Taking feedback to improve your work is also essential. Get input from your customers, team members, and experts. Right feedback tells you where your marketing efforts are weak and how they can be improved. Learning from defeat makes your business stronger for the long term. It keeps you ahead of your competitors because those who don't learn from their mistakes repeat them and fall behind. In this process, you also need to change your mindset. See defeat as an opportunity, not an obstacle. When you see every defeat as a learning opportunity, the doors to your success will open. Ultimately, the process of accepting and overcoming defeat makes you a better marketer, a better leader, and a better person. It brings stability and balance to your career and life. So remember that true victory lies in getting up after a defeat, not in giving up. Embrace defeat, learn from it, and emerge stronger. This is the mark of a true winner. Chapter 5, Part 1. Do you know that successful people don't just wait for opportunities, they create them? The same is true in the world of marketing. Waiting for customers to come or the market to improve can leave you behind. Therefore, you need to be proactive and constantly reshape your strategies. When you're marketing, simply talking about your product or service isn't enough. The real magic happens when you understand your customers' needs and their problems. A better marketer is someone who speaks their customers' language, answers their questions, and solves their problems. Therefore, the first and most important thing in marketing is customer understanding. You need to know who your customers are, what their habits are, and what they expect from your product. Without this understanding, your marketing will just be noise that goes nowhere. To understand customer needs, market research is essential. Without research, you're just guessing. Proper research tells you what your customers like, what they need, and what trends are happening in the market. This information helps you make better decisions. There are many methods of market research, such as surveys, feedback forms, social media analytics, and direct interviews. By using all of these, you can hear the real voice of your customers, and this voice guides your marketing strategy in the right direction. Once you understand the customer, the next step is to prepare the right message. Your message should be one that touches the customer's heart, one that is connected to their needs. When you show them how your product solves their problem, your marketing becomes successful. Remember, the goal of marketing isn't just to sell a product, but to build relationships. Once customers trust you, they will come back to you repeatedly. So maintain honesty and transparency with your customers. It's also important to constantly adopt new ideas and methods in marketing. The world is changing rapidly, and those who stick to old ways get left behind. Use new tools like social media, content marketing, and influencer marketing. These help you reach more people. But remember that even when using new tools, your focus should be on the customer. Without customer understanding, no tool works. So first, know your customer, then use the tools correctly. Timing is also very important in marketing. Delivering the right message at the right time is the key to your success. If you promote your product at the wrong time, customers won't pay attention. Therefore, it's important to understand market trends and seasonal needs. Besides that, you should maintain consistency in marketing. Promoting once isn't enough. Consistent marketing helps build your brand's presence in the customer's mind. Consistency builds trust and strengthens the brand. Personalization also holds special importance in marketing. In today's age, customers want special content that is tailored to their preferences and needs. So, personalize your marketing, like sending emails with their name or offering deals based on their previous purchases. Personalization deepens your connection with customers and increases sales opportunities. When customers feel that you understand them, they feel a greater connection. Choosing and training the right team is also crucial in marketing. A good team is essential for a successful marketing campaign that can implement your vision correctly. The team should have an understanding of market trends and customer behavior. Having a good team allows you to make changes quickly, bring new ideas, and achieve better results. So focus on team building and training. Finally, don't forget to measure your progress at every step of marketing. Without measurement, you won't know if your strategy is successful. Track specific marketing metrics like conversion rate, click-through rate, and sales volume. If a strategy isn't working, change it immediately. Continuous improvement and measurement will make your marketing strong and successful. So understand that marketing isn't just a job. It's a journey that requires the right balance of customer understanding, the right message, the use of new tools, a team, and measurement. By adopting this mindset, you can bring about a big change not only in marketing, but also in your business. Chapter 5, Part 2. In the world of marketing, losing is also part of winning. The more you try, the more often you will encounter failure. But the real difference lies in how you handle that defeat. Losing means learning, understanding, and then coming back better. This mindset gives you tremendous power in marketing. Every time your marketing campaign flops, don't see it as a failure. See it as an opportunity to correct your mistakes. Taking risks in marketing is essential. If you only choose the safe path without taking risks, you'll never bring about big changes. So try new things, go on new platforms, and use different messaging. You might not succeed the first time, but gradually you'll find the right path. A successful marketer is one who learns from their data. If a campaign isn't performing well, true victory comes when you fall, recover, and then move forward with double the strength. The same is true in marketing. Every time your plan fails, it makes you stronger, it makes you better. In the world of marketing, you also need to understand another special thing: knowing the customer's mind. No matter how good your product is, if you don't correctly understand your customer's needs, their emotions, and their problems, your marketing is incomplete. Therefore, it's important to focus on market research and customer analysis. Speak your customer's language, understand the difficulties in their lives, and explain how your product or service is a solution for them. This will make your marketing more effective and reach the customer's heart. Another important point is to build trust in marketing. People only buy when they trust you. Trust is built when you fulfill your promises and provide customers with a good experience. Trustworthy marketers are always in demand. Now, let's talk about marketing tools. In today's age, there are many digital marketing platforms. Social media, email marketing, and content marketing are very important because today's customers don't just want to buy, they also want attention. You need to provide information that is useful to them, that makes them connect with your brand. This will increase your brand's credibility, and customers will listen to what you have to say. Consistency plays a huge role in marketing. It's not always necessary to adopt new strategies repeatedly. Sticking to a strategy that is working and improving it continuously is more effective. Consistency builds brand identity and customer trust. The cycle of winning and losing continues. Every day you will face new challenges. But the marketer who maintains a passion for learning is the one who succeeds. Accept your mistakes, learn from them, and move forward. This is the real mantra of marketing. The biggest strength in marketing is your mindset. If you think marketing is difficult and you won't succeed, then it will indeed be difficult for you. But if you think every challenge is an opportunity, you will perform better every time. This mindset will keep you motivated and take your marketing to new heights. So stay positive, try to learn something new every day, and try to understand every aspect of marketing. When you adopt all these things, you will understand that marketing is not just a way to sell a product. Rather, it is a means to connect with people, help them, and bring change into their lives. So learn the art of marketing, practice continuously, and never give up. Chapter 7, Part 2. Every person wants their marketing to be different from others, to stand out. But very few people understand that to stand out, you first need to understand yourself deeply. That means how clear your thinking, your strategy, and your perspective are. This is where your uniqueness begins. The real power in marketing comes when you correctly define your brand's core values. These values determine who your product or service is for, why it exists, and why people should trust you. When this is clear, your message has weight. People connect with you not just because you sell cheap goods, but because your thoughts, your ideas, and your personality touch their hearts. Now let's talk about another powerful principle: story without a story. This means you don't tell the story of your product, but the experience you create becomes the story itself. When a user uses your product and feels that something has truly changed in their life, that's when real marketing happens. That customer no longer needs your company's slogan or ad. They themselves become your voice. In today's era, marketing is no longer just about showing off. it's about making people feel. You need to understand what experience your customer is having with your brand. Are they happy after using your product? Do they want to buy it again? Do they want to tell someone else about you? Are they happy after using your product? The answer is yes. And this is the biggest message of this chapter. When you enter the market, you have only two paths. Either you try to control that market with your emotions, or you try to understand the market by controlling yourself. And the difference begins there. Those who take the first path either enter too early or exit too late. But those who take the second path think calmly, identify opportunities, and then strike precisely. Trading is a mind game, and to win this game, you have to train yourself every day. That's why this book offers a wonderful idea: daily mindset conditioning. This means that just as we exercise to keep our body fit, we need to keep our mind fit for trading. And the way to do this is a small routine. Every day, wake up and sit quietly for 10 minutes, listen to your inner thoughts, identify your fears and greed, then loudly state your trading goals. This may sound small, but it strengthens your mindset so much that you can stand firm even in the storms of the market. Now let's talk about the trading journal. Many people think that writing a journal is just recording data, entry, exit, profit, loss, etc. But a real journal is where you record your mind. What did you feel when you took the trade? Was there fear or confidence? What was the real reason for entering the trade? Was it a system signal or just an emotional push from within? When you start writing down every decision this way, you can see where you are making mistakes. And that correction makes you a winner. Marketing and trading share a common lesson: know thyself. Until you know yourself, you cannot understand anyone else. And until you understand your emotions, you will misinterpret market signals. Here's another important point: self-talk. How you talk to yourself directly affects your trading results. If you constantly berate yourself, "I lost again," "I can't do this," "I'm stupid," your brain will start working accordingly. But if you talk to yourself in positive language, "I'm learning," "My understanding is growing," "I'm slowly getting better," your decisions will improve. So start doing one thing today. Every day, tell yourself 3 positive things. "I am disciplined," "I only trade on clear setups," "I can calmly accept losses." This habit may seem small, but in the long run, it becomes the backbone of your thinking. So far, we've only talked about internal changes, but now let's go deeper. Visualization. This isn't a cinematic idea, it's a scientifically proven technique. When you repeatedly see something in your mind, your brain starts to believe it's real. So why not spend 5 minutes every day seeing yourself as a successful trader? Close your eyes and imagine that you are calmly looking at charts, taking a brilliant entry, accepting losses, and consistently making correct decisions. This vision multiplies your mental strength many times over. So the essence of this chapter is that your most powerful trading tool is not an indicator, not a system, but your own mind. Make it a little better, a little calmer, a little wiser every day, and then you will see that you are starting to win even after losing. Chapter 7, Part 2, continued. In the world of trading, every day is a new test. No victory is guaranteed and no defeat is permanent. But the thing that works repeatedly is your competent mental clarity, GLA, meaning the power to think clearly in all circumstances. This thinking is the central point of the second part of this chapter. How many times has it happened that you looked at all the charts correctly, the strategy was precise, but you still lost? Often this happens because the mindset is messed up before the technique. This book states that if a trade plan is yours, every execution of it also begins within your mind. And if your mind is confused, no matter how clear the setup is externally, you will not be able to make the right decisions. So the question arises, how to keep the mind clear? First, understand pre-trade rituals. Every successful trader has a mental routine that they follow before every trade. Some people close their eyes and take 5 deep breaths. Some people repeat some positive lines. And some people just ask themselves for a minute, "Is my mind ready for trading?" These small steps give your brain a trigger that now you are a professional, now you have to think like a professional. Where an ordinary trader gives up, a professional trader just pauses. Therefore, create an emotional alarm system within yourself. As soon as you feel your emotions taking over, stop. For a professional trader, loss is a cost, like an electricity bill or rent for a shopkeeper. If you start looking at loss from this perspective, that it is the cost of learning, then you will never feel that emotional breakdown. After every loss, you will ask yourself the same question: What did I learn? And this question will give you the strength to move forward after every defeat. Now, if we talk about real life, a trader's mindset is not limited to the trading table. Your rest of life, your sleep, diet, exercise, relationships, everything affects the stability of your mind. If you get angry 10 times a day, how will you remain calm during market moves? That's why this book repeatedly states, your mental fitness is your trading capital, meaning the stronger your mind is, the bigger your real trading account is. Now let's come to another important point: progress, not perfection. The biggest mistake of a trader is that they want to make every trade perfect. But the truth is that no one is perfect. Your only goal should be to get a little better every week, every month, just a little. If you made one less mistake this week, you moved forward. If you controlled your greed a little today, you move towards victory. And finally, a very profound point: discipline is a muscle. Discipline is not an inherent quality, it is a habit. And to strengthen a habit, daily exercise is required. Every time you avoid FOMO, fear of missing out, in front of a trending move, every time you abandon an unconfirmed setup, every time you remain calm despite a loss, at that moment you are strengthening your discipline muscle. Slowly, this becomes a habit, and then you become not just a good trader but also a strong person. So the conclusion of this chapter is straightforward. Trading tools can change, markets can change, systems can be updated, but the thing that will work in every era is a calm, clear, and disciplined mind. If you conquer your mind, you can win even after losing in the market. Chapter 8, Part 1. If you want to bring about real change in your trading, you have to rebuild yourself from within. Just changing strategies won't do anything until there's a deep transformation in your mindset and behavior. This chapter begins that transformation. First and foremost, your trading perspective shouldn't be solely technical. It needs to be like an internal microscope, capable of observing the mental processes hidden behind every decision. When you enter a trade, is it a decision born from your thought process or merely a result of fear, greed, or boredom? To win in trading, knowing yourself is paramount. Know thyself isn't just a philosophy, it's a trading tool. Until you understand how you react in different situations, you can never become a professional trader. So first, understand the power of trading journaling. Write down every trade, every emotion, every doubt, everything. This is your psychological X-ray. The more you understand yourself, the sooner you'll pinpoint where you repeatedly make mistakes. In this chapter, the author asks a deeply pointed question. Do you genuinely want to make money from trading, or do you just want to be right? This question can shake you to your core, because often we trade to feed our ego. We feel we can't be wrong, our analysis is perfect, and if the market doesn't agree with us, perhaps the market is wrong. But the truth is, the market is never wrong. We are the ones who misunderstand it. That's why the author says, every trade is an educational unit, not an ego battle. Now, another profound point: letting go of control. Traders often think they need to control everything: entry, exit, profit, market moves. But the reality is, you only need to control two things: your thoughts and your response. You cannot control the market. As soon as you accept this, a burden lifts from you. You are responsible for your decisions, but not for the market's direction. Along with this comes the next principle: self-compassion in trading. Every time you incur a loss in a trade, do you chastise yourself? Do you start calling yourself stupid, a failure, or worthless? If so, this habit will prevent you from becoming a successful trader in the long run. Self-compassion means acknowledging a mistake, learning from it, and then forgiving yourself. A good trader treats themselves with the same kindness they would show a friend. Would you tell your friend after a loss, "You're stupid, you'll never learn"? No, right? Then why say it to yourself? Now, a practical exercise mentioned in this chapter. After every trade, sit for 2 minutes and answer 3 questions. 1. Was this trade according to my plan? 2. Did I follow my rules? 3. What can I learn from this experience? Just these 3 questions can improve your trading tenfold, because they'll train you to think more on a behavioral level than a technical one. Finally, let's talk about the reaction loop. Your brain is a learning machine. Every time you react the same way in a situation, your brain validates that reaction and strengthens it. If you panic every time you have a loss, your brain understands that this reaction is correct. So you need to break this cycle, meaning you stay calm, learn, and move forward. You're teaching your brain a new standard. The power of this new standard will keep you stable in the market. Chapter 8, Part 2. Every trade is a mirror, a reflection in which you see yourself, your thoughts, your reactions, and above all, your habits. These habits determine whether you'll stand against the market or learn to flow with it. Now let's talk about that dangerous belief most traders harbor in their minds. One day I'll become a perfect trader. But the truth is, there's no such thing as a perfect trader. Every trader's journey is a continuous process of refinement. And the biggest part of this process is embracing uncertainty. In trading, no situation is 100% certain. No matter how much research you do, charts you look at, or technical analysis you rely on, the market moves as it pleases. That's why the author says when you embrace uncertainty, that's when you truly begin to understand the market. Because then you don't seek certainty for security. Instead, you develop flexibility in response. Now let's delve into another deep level. Fear of missing out, FOMO. When you see someone's trading screenshot on social media, showing millions in profit, do you feel restless inside? Do you think, I wish I had caught that trade? Pay attention. FOMO isn't trading, it's an emotional disorder. Behind FOMO are two things. 1. Comparison, comparing yourself to others. 2. Scarcity mindset, fear of not having enough. When you trade with FOMO, you're making decisions not from logic, but from fear. And any decision made from fear will lead to losses in trading. What's the cure for this? Trade your plan. Don't deviate an inch from your trading plan. If a trade doesn't fit your strategy, no matter how profitable it looks, you should let it go. Because missed opportunity is better than a missed trade. Now let's talk about the mindset every successful trader possesses, the growth mindset. A trader with a growth mindset sees every failure as a lesson, every loss as an investment, and every setback as a chance to improve themselves. But the opposite is the fixed mindset. This is the thought that says, this is just how I am, I can't do it, I don't have the guts, my luck is bad. If you're trading with a fixed mindset, you'll constantly fear the market, give up, and then blame others. That's why adopting a growth mindset is crucial, and the way to adopt it is through reflection and realignment. Every week, review your trading. Did I make progress this week? Did I make my decisions myself, or was I swayed by emotions? Did I stick to my plan, or did I deviate? This self-reflection is what consistently guides you towards improvement. Now a final point, detach from the outcome. Many traders get too attached to the results. If there's a profit, they're happy. If there's a loss, they're disappointed, frustrated, and self-loathing. But a true trader doesn't connect their identity to the outcome. Your profit or loss isn't your identity. Your value is determined by your process, your discipline, and your mindset. When you detach from the result, you can trade with a calmer mind, without emotions, without fear. This detachment is what makes you a master of the market in the long term. Chapter 9, Part 1. You'd be surprised to know that most traders lose, but they don't understand the real reason for their losses. They think there's a flaw in their system, the strategy is wrong, or the market is bad. But the real reason is something else. Being distant from yourself. Until you know yourself, you cannot understand the market. Because trading's biggest enemy isn't outside. It's hidden within you, and its name is ego. Ego convinces you that you're always right, that your entry is perfect, that setting a stop loss is unfortunate, and that profit is a testament to your talent. But until you break your ego, you can never become a true trader. Trading teaches humility, not pride, acceptance, not arrogance, flexibility, not stubbornness. Every time you concede, yes, my thinking was wrong this time, in that moment you become a new trader, and that's the real victory. Now let's talk about something that can become the foundation of every trader: routine. Many people believe that routine has no place in trading. They think it's just about looking at charts, entering trades, and making money. But this is the misconception that leads to their failure. Routine doesn't just mean waking up in the morning or going to sleep at night. Routine means guiding your mind on a specific path, trusting a system, and working with that same discipline every day. When you wake up every morning, study charts, write in your journal, and note every trend, it becomes like a mental muscle, a trading muscle memory. And this muscle memory saves you in those moments when the market forces you to panic. Now, another interesting point: micro wins. You don't need millions in profit from every trade. You don't even need to win every day. What you need are small, consistent, and correctly directed wins. Micro wins are when you trade according to your plan, when you resist greed, when you have the courage to correct a small mistake. These micro wins build a strong mindset that doesn't fear losses and isn't arrogant with wins. Now, let's get to a deeper question. Do you trust your own thoughts? Often, we rely more on others' analyses. If an expert said it, we believed it. If we saw it on a YouTube channel, we took the trade. But when that trade went wrong, we blamed them. This habit weakens you. In trading, self-reliance is self-confidence. Your system, your journal, and your mental state are your true gurus. Now let's talk about the most dangerous emotion, overconfidence. As soon as we make a good trade, we consider ourselves superheroes. As soon as a big profit comes in, we feel like we've mastered the market. But this overconfidence leads to the next wrong entry. Every day in trading is a new test. Today's win is no guarantee for tomorrow. So treat every day as a new day. Look at every trend with fresh eyes. And learn a new lesson from every trade. Your biggest enemy isn't the market, nor the news, nor the system. Your biggest enemy is your past experience, if it settles in your mind and starts driving today's decisions. Now, let's talk about the power of the trading journal. Many people consider journaling a waste of time. But the truth is, your journal is your mirror. When you write down every trade, entry, exit, reason, emotion, you're clearing your mind. You're talking to yourself, and that conversation leads you to improvement. A trading journal isn't school homework. It's the mirror of your consciousness, in which you gaze at yourself every day, where you were right, where you missed, and what to repeat. But remember one thing, a journal isn't just data, it's the documented story of your mental journey. Every time you feel something, fear, excitement, or anger, writing it down gives you a new perspective. When creating a journal, always write 3 things. 1. What did I do? 2. Why did I do it? 3. How did I feel? These 3 questions open up your thinking and make you honest with yourself. Now we'll talk about a level that separates professional and amateur traders, self-coaching. Every great trader is their own coach. Every day, they ask themselves questions, guide themselves. Is my mind fresh or cluttered today? Did I control my emotions? Did I follow the system or did I deviate out of fear? When you ask yourself these questions every day, it becomes a habit. Following rules every time can be boring. But the truth is, this discipline sets you apart from the crowd. Your discipline builds your character, and more than trades, character makes money. Trading is a place where the world judges you by results, but your soul knows how much you committed to the process. Now let's talk about the most subtle but most important thing, mindful observation. Many people look at charts, but not attentively. They remember patterns, but they don't experience them. Mindful observation means observing every movement without fear, greed, or expectation, seeing the chart for what it truly is, without your own opinions. When you reach this level, you hear the language of price. Every candle tells you a story. The strength of buyers, the weakness of sellers, and the silence of uncertainty. To reach this stage, you need to keep your mind calm and your eyes open. Now let's talk about the reset technique. This is the art that brings you back after every loss. When a trade goes wrong, or you have 3 consecutive losses, your mind panics, your hands tremble, and your focus breaks. In such times, learn to reset yourself. First, step away from the screen. Close your eyes for 5 minutes and take deep breaths. Remind yourself, it's not about numbers. Then, read your journal again. Finally, look at the chart again as if you're seeing it for the first time today. This reset technique helps you trade with balance and not force. Now let's talk about confidence versus arrogance. Confidence says, I trust my process. Arrogance says, I trust myself not to be wrong. The difference is subtle, but the outcome is worlds apart. Confidence can accept its mistakes. Arrogance cannot. Sometimes there will be no profit, but you will have learned a big lesson. Sometimes there will be a loss, but you will have overcome fear. This lesson, this mind growth of very tall is true wealth. Because one day will come when you look back and say, I am no longer the person I was when I started trading. Now I think, I understand, and most importantly, I know myself. And when you start saying this, then you understand. Chapter 10, Part 1. Some people see trading as a game, some view it like gambling, and some adopt it as a career. But there's also a class of people who treat it like a spiritual practice, a process of self-discipline, self-observation, and mental maturation. If you've reached this point today, it's clear you're not just here to make money, but to understand and conquer yourself. Every trade becomes a mirror that shows your weaknesses, but that same trade can also highlight your strengths if you remain aware. So first, understand the mechanism of your emotions. Fear comes when you associate failure with yourself. Greed comes when you want to prove yourself with just one win. Anger comes when you lose control. And frustration comes when you break your connection with yourself. The market tests you by playing with these 4 emotions. But every time you rise above them, you transform to a higher level. Remember, every successful trader has felt these emotions. No one is immune to them, but those who learned from them progressed. Now let's talk about the most important skill. Just as a Buddhist monk meditates, as you remove judgment, your trading becomes clearer, calmer, and purer. You don't just trade, you start flowing with the price. Every day, by observing the market, writing in a journal, and practicing entries and exits, they build a new inner strength. This process slowly changes the way they think, feel, and react. Now let's talk about mental recovery. Suppose you've suffered a big loss. Your spirit is broken, your confidence is shaken, and your faith in the system is lost. In such times, what's most important is psychological reconstruction. This means quieting your inner critic, reminding yourself why you started, reviewing your past good trades, and trusting the process once again. One trade isn't your final exam. It's a chapter, a part of the whole book. Mental recovery is only possible for those who don't judge themselves but understand themselves. Finally, let's talk about forgiveness and forwardness. Learn to forgive yourself. Every time you abandoned a trade out of fear or took an extra entry out of greed, acknowledge it, understand it, and forgive yourself. Because until you forgive yourself, you won't be able to move forward. And this is where true professionalism begins. When you think like a new trader, every day without the burden of old losses, without the arrogance of old profits, just with today, just with now, and just with the truth. Chapter 10, Part 2. If you've reached this point, believe me, you are among the select few who don't just chase trends, but want to win by understanding their own thoughts and emotions. By now you've learned that trading is a game of mindset bar, where your biggest enemy is your own fear, and your greatest weapon is self-awareness. You've learned that it's important to move forward not by fearing losses, but by understanding them. That victory isn't always in profit, sometimes it's in controlling yourself. You've also understood that a true trader is one who is ready to learn every day, who sees every mistake as a signal of where to improve, where to pause, and where to move with full force. If you like this video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback means a lot to us. If you feel this information is useful for someone else, it's also available. To receive the ebook, you can contact us on WhatsApp. The link will be in the description and pinned comment.